I've been asking the question, is murder wrong? And I invite you to the conversation. This was a comment from the last video. So, I want to address two things mainly. The first, there should never be a but after the word murder. We cannot do that. Murder is wrong. It is always wrong. We'll get into that more. And then the other thing is the 14 characteristics of fascism. That is a great question, but the history of that isn't what most people think. The word fascism goes back to Mussolini in 1919, where he formed the Fasci di Cambiamento. It originally meant unity through force, symbolized by the ancient Roman fasces, a bundle of rods bound around an axe. Since then, the term has been stretched and refined or redefined by different writers and political movements. Now fast forward to 2003. A political scientist and novelist named Lawrence Britt published an article in the Free Inquiry magazine. This wasn't a historical study. It was a commentary written for the secular, humanistic, and skeptical audience. His list of 14 traits was not an academic definition of fascism. Many historians have even criticized it as being oversimplified and misleading. But the reason it caught on was because many saw it as an easy checklist to throw around. The danger in Britt's list is that he puts normal values like national pride, strong security, and unity right alongside dictatorship and human right abuses. But loving your country, defending its laws, and protecting freedom with a strong military is not fascism. Those are healthy civic duties. When his list gets used as a weapon, it can make, and we see it making, Americans feel guilty for their patriotism. That's weaponizing pride and calling it dangerous. And that is dangerous. Instead of uniting Americans in our shared values, which are our rights to pursue life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, his framework divides us. By labeling ordinary patriotism as fascism, it plays into Marxist ways of thinking, undermining the foundation of what makes America free. True unity does not come from tearing down pride. It comes from free speech, debate, and our shared moral foundations. And let's be clear, this isn't about right versus left. Some people are red until they are dead, and others are blue no matter who. The real problem is deeper. We live in a culture where people believe that there can be a but after the word murder, which is why I'm making this video. We cannot allow that. If society begins to excuse murder with a but, it will rot and eventually collapse our society. When we say that we have to fight, we don't mean with violence. What we mean is that we have to be courageous, we have to stand firm, and we have to be brave. The Bible tells us to stand fast. The vertical battle is already won with Christ. We stand in His victory. That's why we must be fearless in faith. The reason that we have to fight by that definition is because we are already seeing people with biblical convictions being threatened just for holding them. And yet, we can look at examples like Charlie Kirk. Now, I'll say, Charlie can defend himself from the grave. He was that good. If you look up trans people in Charlie Kirk, not the clipped version, but the full videos, you'll see that he handled all conversations with love and with grace. He stood fast, he represented Christ, and he fought for truth. That was what it means, or what it should mean for us to fight with words, to fight with courage, to fight by standing firm in the truth. What is truly dangerous is not loving your country or standing up for truth. What is dangerous is letting society excuse violence, silence faith, and call crime courage. That is where I draw the line.